So after the previous DevLog, the player was able to move correctly, pick the ball instantly and shoot at various enemy targets. And after this DevLog, the player will have a health bar following him, will be able to get hurt, pick the ball correctly with an animation, move and shoot at enemy targets, will also be able to catch the ball and lose if his health finishes. So firstly, I downloaded this hit VFX asset from the Unity asset store and I want to use it with this hit animation. So I added the hit animation to the animator and set the transitions activated by a trigger. So the ball should hit him before he plays the hit animation. So in the ball script, I set a bool value for harm. I set the reference to the ball found at the beginning of the game. Then if the ball collides with the player and is not harmful, he picks the ball, else the ball hits him. So when the ball is not harmful, he catches it, but if it is harmful, he gets hurt. Even while moving, he can still get hurt. Don't worry about the way he instantly catches the ball. We will fix that with animations. But before that, I added the hit VFX when he gets hurt at the first point of collision. That is the point where the ball hits the player. And I set the reference to the hit VFX I like the most. And this is it. The hit effect is exactly where the ball touches the player even while he is moving. Now, to catch the ball, I added an animation and made smooth transitions enabled by a trigger. Then, if he doesn't have the ball and I press G on the keyboard, he plays the catch animation. And if the ball is harmful but he plays the catch animation, I set the reference to actually catch the ball, else he gets hurt. So as you can see, if he doesn't catch the ball, he gets hurt. But while playing the animation, he can catch it and shoot it back if he wants. Nice, but after the ball falls, it can still hurt him on collision. So I made a wait time variable and a method to set the ball back to not harmful, and I invoked that method after the wait time had passed. And now, after getting hit, he can pick the ball without getting hurt twice. Don't worry about the way he picks the ball instantly, as you can see. We will fix that later with animations. So to pick the ball, I added an animation and transitions to move from one animation to another smoothly by enabling a trigger. Then I made a reference to save the ball, and if he touches the ball when it is not harmful, he first stops moving, gets to the base layer smoothly, plays the pick animation, save the ball in a reference, and after 1 second, invoke the can move method so the player can move again and go back to the other layer. I also made a public void method to actually pick the ball by assigning the reference. Then in the picking animation, at the exact frame where he picks the ball, I set that public void method. So now he moves, stops to pick the ball, and then can move again or shoot. But the ball should stop moving away from him when he tries to pick it. So I set its velocity and angular velocity to 0. And now the ball stops moving when he tries to pick it. The way he picks is not very accurate, but we will fix that later with animation rigging. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Something else is that he should not be able to pick the ball from behind. So I made a variable for its rotation speed. And if the ball is saved but not yet picked, calculate the direction of the ball, set its Y value to 0, find a rotation towards it and turn the player smoothly towards the ball. And now he turns towards the ball to pick it, but after picking, he is still facing in that direction instead of this direction. So in the update, if he has picked the ball but there is not yet a target, turn him smoothly to look in front. And now he turns to pick, then turns back towards the front. Also, if he shoots an enemy at that angle, he should not keep facing that direction. To fix that, because after throwing the ball, all the references are set to null, I use that condition to make the player look forward. So now he shoots in that direction, then resets his rotation to face this direction. Next, I started making a health bar and a health bar script with references to its image component and the main camera set in the void start. Then in the update, I made sure that the bar is always facing the camera, and I made a method to update the health bar's value. Then I made maximum health, current health, and hit damage amount for the player, and also a reference to the health bar script. Then I initialized the current health and updated the health bar's value according to the current health. And when he gets hurt, I also did the same thing. So now when the ball hits him, his health reduces on the health bar. I also added an animation to use when his health reaches 0, enabled by a trigger. So when he gets hurt, if he still has some health, he plays the hit animation, but if he has no more health, he plays the losing animation, can't move anymore, and changes animation layer. And this is the animation he plays when he has no more health. So there is a lot more to do to make this game really awesome. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next devlog. And this is a summary of what can already happen in this game.